Last call, all drivers, all divisions. The track is open for mandatory roll-in. Each car, 5 laps. Night of racing here. It's Moonshine and Motorsports night. We've got the modified Mafia back in town. $2,500 to win late models race, all presented by the Museum of the Albemarle. Looking forward to a big show here tonight. Plus, we've got kids and go-karts. But we need to get fast practice taking place. Limited late models infield front stretch for fast practice. Limited late models presented by Perry Auto Group. Front stretch pit road for hot laps. Following the Perry Auto Group limited late models, we'll have the down home shed Sportsman, and then the Mafia. Then we'll move into hot laps and qualifying for the UPS Store Super 4s, the Moody's Water Conditioning Sports Compacts, and then we'll qualify 2 laps on the track, 1 driver at a time. The modified Mafia, the down home shed Sportsman, and our Perry Auto Group limited late models. All of that coming up this evening here at Dixieland Speedway. Perry Auto Group limited late models. Perry Auto Group limited late models. Front stretch pit road for fast practice here this evening at Dixieland. Hey, the Museum of the Albemarle is a regional museum that is part of the North Carolina Department of Natural and Cultural Resources. The museum represents 13 counties in the Albemarle area, and they're open Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. until 4 o'clock p.m., except on state holidays. They're located at 501 South Water Street here in Elizabeth City, across from the Waterfront Park. Look for the building with the big green roof, and it's free to visit the Museum of the Albemarle. Such a beautiful spot. We've been there many, many times, and we hope you certainly go visit this great resource we have in our community. Now, the Moonshine and Motorsports Trail developed to highlight the state's unique history surrounding distilling and stock car racing. Distilling grew out of the state's rich agricultural and social history. Speed-hungry bootleggers eventually began challenging each other in modified stock cars, giving birth to racing. So the Museum of the Albemarle is one of 8 sites selected as part of the trail. So we hope you check it out and visit them online at museumofthealbemarle.com. Again, tonight, it's the Museum of the Albemarle presenting this evening's races here at Dixieland Speedway. Now's a great time to hit the refreshment stands located behind the main grandstands for something hot to eat or cold to drink. They have delicious cheeseburgers, hamburgers, hot dogs, barbecue sandwiches, chicken, and so much more. It's all on sale at the refreshment stands. Hey, you're at the racetrack. I know you're hungry. We're all hungry. Go down and check out the refreshment stands. Get your ice cold Pepsi product. Pepsi is the official soft drink of Dixieland Speedway. And hey, if you're in the infield, we do have an infield refreshment stand as well. We do have some purple and navy hoodies and t-shirts in gray, black, navy, and royal blue available at the t-shirt trailer. The season's winding down, so get yours before we run out. We also have toys for the kids, die-cast late models, checkered flags, and light-up wands. So go down to our souvenir stand. The souvenir trailer is waiting on you. Going to be a lot of fun Go get your official Dixieland Speedway gear. Just 2 races remaining tonight, and next Friday night is our 2024 season finale. So you want to get your official Dixieland Speedway merch. Again, we are ready for fast practice. Perry Auto Group Limited Late Models Pit Road front stretch for practice. Moving into fast practice hot laps here at Dixieland Speedway. Our Perry Auto Group Limited late models are on deck. They're lined up here on pit road. Following our Perry Auto Group Limited late models, we're going to have the Down Home Shed Sportsman, followed by the Modified Mafia. All of that coming up here for fast practice at Dixieland Speedway. So glad to have you back with us here this evening. We're going to have a blast, a big night here at the racetrack. And speaking about being thrilled, we're thrilled to have the Perry Auto Group family-owned dealership with a rich history in stock car racing back at Dixieland Speedway here in 2024. A big thanks to Mr. Wayne Perry and family for coming on board all season long. If you're looking for a vehicle, make sure to visit one of their Elizabeth City dealerships or check out their website at perryautogroup.com. They operate Performance Chevrolet and Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. And they're providing that beautiful pace truck you see on pit road, or in the pits, I should say. And hey, driving in the truck tonight, a familiar face, Mr. Lyman Brickhouse. Always good to see Lyman. I always tell him he leads every lap here almost at the racetrack. He certainly leads more laps than anybody else. Limited late models presented by Perry Auto Group rolling on the racetrack. We need to get now the Down Home Shed Sportsman. Sportsman pit road front stretch for your fast practice. Sportsman pit road front stretch for your practice.
Modified Mafia Tour drivers. Modified Mafia Tour drivers, be getting your cars ready. Modified Mafia Tour drivers for your hot laps, dirt car racing. Modified Mafia Tour drivers, get them ready to go. You're coming up soon.
Tom Wilson clocking in at 21.205 seconds for practice. He's the fastest of the three drivers thus far. Tyler Hopgood at the 97 P2, and Kyle Watts P3 at a 23.790. Again, this is just practice. We're going to be having qualifying coming up here momentarily at Dixieland Speedway for the Perry Auto Group Limited Late Models. If you're just joining us, welcome back to Dixieland Speedway. Wesley Outland up in the tower with me. I'm Brian White. Welcome you back to the racetrack. Going to have some fun here as we have just 2 races remaining in the 2024 season, that being tonight, and we'll wrap up the 2024 season next Friday night. Cars on the racetrack right now, a couple of them anyway, trying to turn some fast laps to see what they have in their race car. Robbie Emery in that 9E race car, and Colby Bradshaw in the 17 on track right now as they are fighting for a $2,500 payday. The winner taking the big check home from HC and Marcy Pritchard track promoters here in 2024. They've signed a big check, and we're going to have fun watching all these drivers go after it here at Dixieland. Kerry King on the racetrack, the K&B Auto from Delmar, Delaware, rolling on the racetrack. We also have the 46 race car. That's going to be Walker Author out of the Speedway right now, as they are getting the green flag and turning them loose here this afternoon. Russell Irwin, car number 22 on the racetrack as well in turns 1 and 2. So 3 drivers tried to turn some quick laps here on this Museum of the Albemarle night at the racetrack. I want to thank our friends and partners with Museum of the Albemarle. Down Home Shed Sportsman. Down Home Shed Sportsman, you're on deck for fast practice. Down Home Shed Sportsman, pit road front stretch for fast practice. Sportsman front stretch. Attention to the pits, attention to the pits. Down Home Shed Sportsman, pit road front stretch for fast practice. Down Home Shed Sportsman, please make your way now to the pit road front stretch for fast practice. Sportsman. That's going to wrap it up for fast practice for the Perry Auto Group limited late models. The checker flag comes out for the bad one of Billy Tucker. P5 in practice, 20.308 seconds was his fast lap. No surprise, Josh Pierce, really quick here in practice in car number 98. He clocked in at 18.108 seconds. Sanders Overman, P2, and car number 25. We're moving now to the Sportsman division. That is the Down Home Shed Sportsman getting ready to make their way to the racetrack. Of course, the limited late models presented by Perry Auto Group. They have a 30-lap race coming up later this evening. It'll be the second one on your scorecard. And then on your schedule as well, the Down Home Shed Sportsman, it'll be 20 trips around this 3/8 of a mile oval, and it will be the final race of the evening. Again, we are in fast practice mode. For right now, the Down Home Shed Sportsman getting ready to roll on the racetrack tonight. The races are presented by Museum of the Albemarle. That's the regional museum, part of the North Carolina Department of Natural and Cultural Resources. They're located at 501 South Water Street right here in Elizabeth City across from the Waterfront Park. Again, the museum is free to visit, so go check it out. And right now they're highlighting the Moonshine and Motorsports Trail. And we're excited they're here to talk about the rich history of racing in moonshine. So check them out. They're here at the racetrack. Of course, they're handing out some goodies as well. We want to thank our partners, Museum of the Albemarle. Check out our refreshment stands for some delicious food. We know you're hungry, so go down and check them out for some cheeseburgers, hot dogs, and so much more. Wash it down with an ice cold Pepsi product. Pepsi, the official soft drink of Dixieland Speedway. Again, refreshment stands behind the main grandstands. We also have one in the center of the infield. Of course, check out our souvenir stand. We got lots of goodies. Just 2 more weeks of racing tonight and next week, so you've got to get your official Dixieland Speedway merch. Plus, we've got some fun stuff for the kids all down there here at our souvenir stand adjacent from the refreshment stand. Also hope you have the opportunity to check out some great racing that we're going to see here tonight. You're here, we're here. We're going to have some fun here at Dixieland Speedway. Of course, we have to thank our friends at Down Home Shed. With the largest inventory of old hickory buildings in North Carolina and 3 area locations, Down Home Sheds is the premier supplier of sheds and metal buildings in the area. Check them out at their locations in Elizabeth City, just down the road in Morgan's Corner, or Mary Hill, or online at downhomesheds.com. Proud sponsor of our Sportsman division. Modified Mafia, you're on deck for fast practice. Modified Mafia, get ready. You are next for fast practice. Doug Lincoln going for a spin in turn number 4 in that black race car. He's been able to refire it and grab a gear and continue. No harm, no foul, but that will end this practice. It was already coming to a close. So Lincoln going for a wild ride. Thus far, Justin Pruitt is the fastest here for the Down Home Shed Sportsman. And we will get that time to you here momentarily as it updates on our scoring monitor. But Justin Pruitt has taken to the racetrack, as has Jeff Shiflett, Danny Hudson, Jordan Weaver. He's driving the 7 car here this evening. Dennis Nash in the 02, and of course we just talked about Doug Lincoln. Joe Weiss rolling out, as is Connor Morgan in car number 44. Past track champion car number 3, Roger Bell, getting ready to come out. And here comes another track champion at Dixieland Speedway, Mark Gonzalez in car 51. Coming to the green flag for fast practice, the Modified Mafia. They are coming up next.
Be able to get connected with my primary sponsor here at and it's just great to have support of them, great racing, and connected with people over the years. It's just really awesome to be able to try and represent the brand the best way possibly can, and winning definitely helps, but there's also a lot that goes on behind the scenes, and it's just so cool to get everyone come together and make it all happen.
We've got the Modified Mafia. They're back for their second and final race here in 2024 at Dixieland Speedway. So good to have them back in the house. And with the call for the Modified Mafia, he's back, Mr. Wesley Outland. Wesley, welcome back to Dixieland.
Brian, it is always a privilege, pleasure, and honor to be able to work with you, whether it's just to be able to chat with you as announcer colleagues, but also to be able to work alongside one another. And we welcome you on behalf of the Dirt Car Race and the World Racing Group to the Modified Mafia Tour, presented by VP Racing Fuels. This is actually our third career stop here at the, of course, Carolina, Virginia swing. We were here one time last year. We were here for our second time with the Steel Block Bandits presented by Vision Wheel last June, or this previous June, when we were all together for a big show. What a great race that was. And obviously we love coming here. It's a travel for a lot of these guys, but we got an amazing car count, Brian. Me and you were chatting about this before we got started on public address and on the CRN radio for coverage of the Modified Mafia Tour here at Dixieland Speedway. 22 cars. That's even more than last year and more than what we had in June.
That is a tremendous car count and a testament to the series and to this racetrack. HC Marcy Pritchard welcoming this series. And Wesley, the show is just simply fantastic. It's breathtaking to watch these cars circle this racetrack.
It is. It's an amazing group of people, and obviously we're excited to have a lot of people back with us. And one great story is the driver of that number 99 modified out of Matoka, Virginia, our reigning champion of the North and the South. The Matoka Flash, Chris Arnold, is back. He had, of course, cancer. He kicked it, you know what. He did everything he needed to do to be able to ring the bell. He has built his strength back up. I know he's excited for this night. I know he's looking forward to tomorrow night also at Virginia Motor Speedway. But this evening, having Chris Arnold back behind the wheel of a race car is a special night for sure.
Absolutely, and so glad that he's able to make the return to stock car racing with the Modified Mafia Touring Series after a health scare. So good to have him back at the racetrack. And Wesley, you mentioned it, it's a doubleheader weekend. Tonight you're in North Carolina here at Dixieland Speedway, and tomorrow you're just up the road at Virginia Motor Speedway.
And got our fingers crossed, our legs crossed, our eyes crossed that we race at Jamaica, Virginia tomorrow night as well. You know, Virginia Motor Speedway, me and you jokingly were saying this, me and Dave C discussed this on the phone the other day, but I think the last time they ran a race not being plagued by weather or even the heat was when we were there at the Mark Batt Memorial. Friday night we were here. Saturday night we were at Virginia Motor Speedway. That's our plan. And obviously, man, the season's winding down. I know a lot of people are ready for football. Was that Perk Williams School? I saw the buses going down the road. They're going to a football game or a scrimmage somewhere. And, you know, I know a lot of people are big about football, but they love their racing, but we're getting down to the what is this, the penultimate race of the year, as a matter of fact.
The penultimate race. Just one more weekend remains. Next Friday night, we'll close the curtain on another season. Wesley, we joke, but it seems like it just started.
You're lucky. You got what, this race and then the end of October all the way to the Sean Beluso Memorial, where me and you have had the privilege to work together on broadcast at Langley. And then you're done, but like, you know, literally, I wish sometimes tracks and series would take off and have that hiatus break. A lot of places don't do that anymore. So, man, take advantage of it. Take advantage of these last 2 weeks. We're excited to be here. I think we're the most series invited for the Modified Mafia here at Dixieland Speedway, so it's a privilege, Brian.
It is a privilege for us to have you and the entire team here. They do you do a great job. The team puts on a heck of a show, and we're going to see that tonight. You just heard Wesley talk about 21 drivers, 21 teams ready to do battle here tonight. It's going to be a big one here, and the race itself for the Modified Mafia is going to be a total of 30 laps.
30 laps, $2,000 to win. Obviously, again, that's a little bit more than what we ran in the past. Last year, when we were here back in the spring, we ran a 25-lap race. So we're going to go 30 laps, $2,000 to win tonight. And obviously, we got drivers on the racetrack right now getting it rolled in. There's our course current dynamic driveline rookie of the year, the Bordeaux Racing Longhorn Chassis car number 40 entry out of Fredericksburg, Virginia. There is Brent Bordeaux. Those that are watching on Big Sports, hello, Mr. Jay Bell and all the awesome crew. Jay Bell, hit that free preview, hit that subscribe button in order for tonight's coverage of the Dirt Car Racing Modified Mafia Tour. You will be glad you did. If not, we always have audio cast coverage free from the Community Radio Network, which is obviously the radio station that I own. We are CRN.com, but of course we have racing coverage at Wake County Speedway, and we have coverage here for the Modified Mafia. So if you go on the Mixlr app, MixLR, and then just put in Community Radio Network, Modified Mafia Tour, Dixieland Speedway, Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Put in any of those words. It will take you right to our broadcast coverage with the audio only. Want to say that again, audio cast only, as we always do. And that is presented by the great folks at Atwell Exterior Services. Thank you to Trevor Atwell. And of course, in addition to that, we also want to thank Michael and the great people with Total Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning in Greenville as well. So, Hot Laps is about ready to roll. There you see Brent Burdeau with the car number 40 entry. He'll be ready to roll onto the racetrack behind him. Ready to come down the front straightaway, guys. This is awesome. Austin Holcomb, brand new race car. 2 new race cars in the box. They worked on this car for 2 weeks to get it ready. The lethal car, number 8 from Elm City, North Carolina. Runner-up in the points of the North and the South last year. Awesome Austin Holcomb. Current points leader of the North and the South. Currently the car number 90. He resides out of Sykesville, Maryland. It's the Iceman of Ray Cable. Former NASCAR truck and Xfinity racer from Statesville, North Carolina, Austin Wayne Self in car number 23. Behind him, it's the Dan Man, the Iron Man, Michael Altabelli in car number 95 from Saxton, Pennsylvania. Flying Ryan Ayers in the car number 6 in the Concord, North Carolina. Current Southern points leader in the number 6 entry. And we got Brent Burdeau going around. Oh, man.
One car going around, Brent Burdeau in car number 40, looping it here in turn number 4, and that's going to put us under the caution flag here this evening at Dixieland Speedway. The first spin early on in the Modified Mafia touring practice.
How excited is it, obviously, Brian, that literally we can see as the season winds down, our year will end in North Carolina at the County Line Raceway for the 15th annual race for the kids, and then obviously the Fall Classic at Natural Bridge Speedway in Virginia on October the 4th and 5th. October 14th and 15th will be the finale for the overall series in general, but we're also a part of the World Short Track Championship, and we sanction the modified portion of that event at the dirt track at Charlotte. Obviously, we're just chatting about Lenny Baticki and Charlotte Motor Speedway and all this good stuff, so make sure you make your plans for I believe it's the 9th annual World Short Track Championship at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. That is the weekend before the World of Outlaw World Finals. And of course, here's a look at a replay on BigSports.tv of Mr. Brent Burdeau going around. What do you think of these cars, Brian? Aren't they cool?
They are so cool looking. Love the modifieds and seeing the dirt mods. So cool to watch these open wheel cars get around this racetrack and do it in a hurry.
We're a fan of tour mods, pavement mods. We've called plenty of NASCAR and smart modified tour events, but a dirt modified car, I've said this to Bob Dillner several times, a dirt modified car is just a completely different animal. It's just a monster.
It really is. Such a unique race car, and I'm sure it's a challenge to get around, but these drivers love what they do. They're putting on a show right now as they're getting out on the track for the very first time this weekend.
Did you know that some of these guys have 900 horsepower engines in these cars? I mean, it's like a dirt super late model with a modified body. It's an open exposed car on the front with the wheeling and stuff, the front wheels and whatnot. So they're fun to watch. Hope you're enjoying the free preview. BigSports.tv. Check out the coverage. There's the Iron Man, Michael Altabelli out of Saxton, Pennsylvania. The Dan's Auto Body entry. What a talent he is.
Great drivers. Awesome equipment as they're seeing what they have and what adjustments they need to make. And ideally, they're trying to learn this racetrack, because you can come back during the month of June when you competed, but every week it's like you're at a different racetrack, even though you're at the same track, because the clay, it may be set up just a little bit differently as far as the humidity. Weather conditions play a big part in that, so these drivers are just trying to understand what the track is like and get a feel for what they'll have in store later on this evening, because the next order of business after this, Wesley's going to be qualifying, and you want to get a good starting spot.
It will be, of course. Right now we have Stokes Apparel hot laps going on, obviously. Pop Big qualifying will be on deck again as soon as everything wraps up. Big thanks to Stokes Apparel for all that they do, the official apparel provider of the Dirt Car Racing Modified Mafia Tour. And speaking of the Modified Mafia, final time this year, Brian, here at Dixieland Speedway. Miss Shawn is down there, the beautiful Miss Deshawn Johnson. She's got all of the amazing swag and souvenirs and t-shirts and a whole bunch of cool things for the kids. I think they got light sticks, little light up sticks, and a whole bunch of great stuff. And again, it all goes from the Modified Mafia Tour. Go kids, adults, go check them out. Last time to see the apparel and of course everything before the new year. And I can tell you this, we're already amping and preparing and working on schedules for 2025, Brian, and you know that.
It won't be long. We blink our eyes. We're already the middle halfway through the month of August. So yes, preparations in effect now for the 2025 season. So hard to believe we're even talking about that, but that indeed is the case. So again, Modified Mafia on the track right now for hot laps and getting set. If you're just joining us, we're in practice right now. Coming up next, following the Modified Mafias, we're going to move into hot laps and qualifying for the UPS Store Super 4s, followed by the Moody's Water Conditioning Sport Compacts, before we go qualifying for this series, the Modified Mafia, Down Home Shed Sportsman, and the Perry Auto Group Limited Late Models. All of that coming up before our feature races this evening.
By the way, Austin Holcomb was the fast man in the first flight, 18.818, followed by Ray Cable, North and South National Points leader for the Dirt Car Racing Modified Mafia Tour presented by VP Racing Fuel, 19.249. Michael Altabelli, the Iron Man, is third, followed by Ryan Ayers and Austin Wayne Self. Of the 22 that are signed in, let's introduce the next flight, ready to roll in the car, number 31. That is the driver of Mr. Stephen Padula. Stephen Padula, that's the red and yellow number 31 from the Mid-East Mafia, or the Mid-East Motorsports have passed in a 602 mod. Now he's in one of these full-powered modifieds. That is our buddy Stephen Padula in car number 31 from Kannapolis, North Carolina. We know that is Race City, USA. Behind him in the car number 01 machine, this is of course going to be the driver of the 00. That is the driver of Mr. Michael Leach. Michael Leach normally in the 09, not tonight, from Sun River, Montana. Michael Leach in the Longhorn House car. Normally Steve Arpin has driven that car. In the past, Drake Troutman. It is now the driver of Steve Arpin's man, the Michael Leach driver tonight from Sun River, Montana. Behind him, Joey Polboy in car number 51. He resides out of Powelton, Virginia. Slade Parsons out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Car number 96, the Typhoon Tyne Order. He got a preliminary win back at the Tyler County Speedway in the Modified Mega 100 back on July 20th. And behind him in the 814, Samuel Lamborghini, the driver of the 814 out of Hayes, Virginia. Probably got one of the coolest last names in racing.
I love that last name. What a cool name to have.
You got Stingray Rob and you got Samuel Lamborghini.
Awesome stuff. As we're watching them turn and burn here on the racetrack at Dixieland Speedway in northeastern North Carolina, Elizabeth City. This is the place to be. If you can't get here tonight, of course, you're tuned into the free preview on Big Sports TV, so hopefully you will continue on with us, and of course, CRM as well.
Yeah, Mixler, put in the Mixler app, obviously, and Mixler, Community Radio Network, Modified Mafia Tour, Dirt Car Racing, Dixieland Speedway, Brian White, Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Put in something of that, and you'll be able to find the broadcast. As right now, the field is coming to the line. Checkered flag is flying. I've already shared the link, so we are good. It sounds good. And obviously continuing along with our hot laps here tonight for this event. Again, this is Stokes Apparel Hot Laps for the Dirt Car Racing Modified Mafia Tour presented by VP Racing Fuels. And hey, we're excited to get back to work again as well. The last time we raced, Brian, was July 20th. That was the last time we ran, just about a month ago at Tyler County Speedway. The big race, that was the 4,000 to win show on August 3rd at Natural Bridge, got rained out. It's postponed. They are still working with Amanda to find a new date for that, or at least add it maybe to the Fall Classic. I know they're still working on things. And like you said, Brian, as the end of Flight 2 wraps up, we're in the home stretch. We're literally in the penultimate race of the season at Dixieland tonight, like you mentioned, and obviously our schedule is heading quickly towards mid-October.
Indeed it is. Time is certainly flying almost as fast as these race cars are turning on the speedway here. Got a next set of cars out of the track, 5 to be exact, getting ready to turn them loose here in a matter of moments atop the flag stand this evening. James Batten from County Line Raceway. I believe I saw Chris Bechtel down there as well. So a couple of flag persons here this evening. Eddie Pollard, our race director, atop the stand here. And we are watching our modified Mafias go after it here this evening at Dixieland Speedway as the sun continues to set. Everybody's chasing Ty Norder's time of 18.766 seconds.
Watching this next group, obviously Sam Lilly, that 08 car, he's working off of turn number 4. That's the driver that they're showing right now, coming off down the front straightaway. Sam Lilly from Raleigh, North Carolina. Behind him, Brett the Jet Hamilton, one of the greats out of Powelton, Virginia. The Brett the Jet in the first entry. Behind him, there's the tool man of a General Ryan Tool. He's out, of course, Lake Gaston, North Carolina, car number 484. And then you've got now a problem for the 10, almost going off track. Nice save there for the driver of the number 10 car. And all of this going on as we wrap up the end of the hot lap session. That was actually the driver of the 10 car of Matt Ashworth. That's a former pro late model racer on dirt in the world of fast track. Matt Ashworth out of Mechanicsville, Virginia, first time in a modified. Welcome to the open wheel world, my friend. Robert Kramer in the car number 11 entry. And ended out with those drivers as hot laps wrap up in flight number 3.
UPS Store Super 4s. UPS Store Super 4s. You're needed to pit road front stretch for hot laps and quality.
I love my race pass.
I love my race pass.
I love my race pass.
Okay, go ahead. I love my race pass.
I love my race pass.
I love my race pass. Go ahead.
Everyone I know uses my race pass. 1, 2, 3.
Oh man, there's nothing I love more than a good trail mix. But a mountain bike trail, not so much. Oh hey, my pedal. Wonder where the other one is.
From urgent care to your full recovery, Ortho Carolina is there every step of the way.
And here comes the final flight,
Good day,
ready to
though.
roll. An Irwin 22
Good
race
day.
car. Irwin chassis, yes, in the car number 22 out of Beaver Dam, Virginia. That's the Commonwealth Bandit. That's Russell Irwin. And back after the battle with cancer. Car number 99, the Atwell Exterior Services Arnold Motorsports entry out of Matoka, Virginia. It's the reigning, defending, inaugural champion of the North and the South. The Matoka Flash of Chris Arnold. We got caution of the racetrack in 4. Russell Irwin around there, Brian. He is, yep, and tomorrow. And tomorrow, he'll be running not only with the Modified Mafia Tour here tonight, but he's also running the late model event for $2,500 to win that we'll have on BigSports.tv and CRN. In addition to that, he's running with the Vision Wheel Steel Block Bandit Start Late Model Challenge and the Modified Mafia Tour for the Commonwealth Clash tomorrow night in Jamaica, Virginia. And by the way, that last car was another 99 out of Concord, North Carolina. It is the Colt Bandit. That is, of course, the driver Cole Hilton right there going around into 1.
Got the starting lineup for the feature events here tonight at Dixieland Speedway. So again, we've got the final set of cars to the racetrack. We do need the UPS Store Super 4s, UPS Store Super 4s pit road front stretch for qualifying. UPS Store Super 4s pit road front stretch for qualifying. We want to go ahead and bring over the Moody's Water Conditioning Sport Compacts as well. So again, UPS Store Super 4s and Sport Compacts pit road front stretch at this time.
Dirt car racing, Modified Mafia Tour, the Moonshine and Motorsports night. As we watch these drivers work around the racetrack as we continue with hot laps just about to come to a close here. As right now, Ty Norder, Typhoon Ty, Fast Man, Carrying that momentum from being one of the preliminary winners, obviously Cole Fallaway. Fallaway was the winner of that 7,500 to win modified Mega 100 back on July 20th. One of the preliminary winners was Typhoon Tide Order. He said, Wesley, my car's great. Everything's going good on that Longhorn 2T. Now I want to take that momentum and I want to win a official A-main feature for the Modified Mafia Tour.
You're hungry. You want to get the big one, and that's what he has in mind here this evening.
Car Racing Modified Mafia Tour for Stokes Apparel Hot Laps at Dixieland.
It'll be a fun evening of racing here at Dixieland Speedway, Elizabeth City, North Carolina, the place to be. And of course, you're here with us. So thankful you have joined us here this evening. 2 more nights of action tonight and next Friday night as we get set to close the curtain on another great year of excitement. We see Lewis Moulton in car number 57 here in our Super 4s division at the end of pit road. Others will be joining him here at the line as we get set to practice these cars. We'll also set the starting lineup for their feature event coming up a little bit later on tonight. The UPS Store Super 4s will be the first of 5 races here this evening. 15 trips around this 3/8 mile oval. The defending champ, multi-time champ, pulling up just behind him. That's Ricky Waters in car number 28. Here comes Ron Winterburn in car number 29 as he rolls. Dylan Robinson, or Rowlandson, that is, the 07, also here on the front stretch with Corey Bress in car number 82. So those are your Super 4s division presented by the UPS Store. And again, 15 laps of racing coming your way here in just a bit. We want to thank our friends at the UPS Store. They're located here in Elizabeth City. They're locally owned and operated and conveniently located at 1851 West Ehringhouse Street. Not only the local packing and shipping experts, they do so much more. The UPS Store, your local print shop at the 27909, provides professional printing services to market your small business or to help you complete your personal project or presentation. They offer secure mailbox and package acceptance services, document shredding, office and mailing supplies, faxing, scanning, and more. Go see them today for all your personal or small business needs. UPS. That is the UPS Store. Car number 29 rolling midway down the backstretch. That is Ron Winterburn from Elizabeth City. Gates, North Carolina's Lou Moulton in car number 57. He's an ISIT expert by day, a race car driver by weekend. And we see Lou Moulton, a little puff of smoke coming from the back of that 57 Flintstone car as he takes it back now to turns 1 and 2. And there he is. We're talking about Ricky Waters, a multi-time champion here at this racetrack. And of course, a multiple-time winner. We do need the Moody's Water Conditioning Sport Compacts Pit Road front stretch. That is the Moody's Water Conditioning Sport Compacts. We need you at Pit Road front stretch. Saw my buddy Robert Moody early. Good to have him back. He's back in Virginia and North Carolina after traveling all across this great nation. So good to see Robert Moody, who supports so many drivers and teams, and of course the racetrack as well. A good friend of ours. We're talking about Robert Moody. Right now, it's Ron Winterburn, the fastest on the racetrack, 20.959 seconds for that 29 race car as he comes across the start-finish line. Ron Winterburn, he is fast. Ricky Waters, second quick. Lou Moulton, P3 here at the moment. So again, these drivers are practicing here this evening, but they're also setting the starting lineup for their 15-lap feature event. So you want to practice well, but not only do you want to see if the car is running well, you want to get a good starting lineup for the feature. Here they come through turns 3 and 4. Checkers are waving from James Batten. And that will conclude practice and qualifying for these cars. Lou Moulton, his quick lap came on the second trip around, 22.870 seconds. It's going to put Lou Moulton third fastest here at the moment, provisionally inside row number 2. It's Ron Winterburn who just came across the start-finish line. His fast lap came on the second trip around, 20.959 seconds for car number 29, Ricky Waters. Car number 28 sets P2. He clocked in about a half a second off the marks from Ron Winterburn at a 21.418. 3 more cars to go, including Dylan Rollinson from Hertford, North Carolina, the 07 red and white race car, as he's midway down the backstretch. Corey Bress in car number 82 rolling out onto the Speedway. He's midway down the backstretch now. And in turns 1 and 2 is Frank Krzyzewski in car number 32. So again, it's Ron Winterburn right now, the fastest. Dylan Rollinson, the 07 car. He was quick on his opening lap, 22.201 seconds. He'll take over the third spot here at the moment. As we see, the white flag will be coming out here momentarily. Corey Bress in that orange 82 car rolling back to turns 1 and 2. His fast lap was just then at a 23.316 seconds. That is 5th fastest for Corey Bress. Dylan Rollinson going even faster there on the 4th circuit, as they'll see the white flag coming out, 21.771 seconds. He'll need a little more than 3.5 tenths of a second if he wants to get to Ricky Waters' time, as he works it off of turns 3 and 4 to see the checkered flag waving. Can Dylan Rollinson go faster? He will, but he'll stay slotted in the third spot at a 21.580 seconds. So Dylan Rollinson at the moment will start this race inside row 2. Checkers waving for the other 2 cars, including Frank Krzyzewski and Corey Bress. So the pole award tonight, that's going to go to Ron Winterburn at car number 29 with a time of 20.959 seconds. He'll be joined alongside on the front row with Ricky Waters in car number 28. Row 2 will be Dylan Rollinson in car number 07, and Lou Moulton will start P4. Rolling off 5th for the 15-lap feature will be Corey Bress at car number 82, and Frank Krzyzewski at car number 32 starts outside of row 3. Coming up next, we've got our Moody's Water Conditioning Sport Compacts. They are getting in position to come out of the racetrack for their fast practice and group qualifying. Moody's Water Conditioning with Robert Moody is a trusted family-owned business established in 2015 that specializes in top-quality water conditioning services. They offer a comprehensive range of solutions, including water treatment, salt delivery, residential services, and installation of cutting-edge H2O systems. Their team of experienced professionals is dedicated to improving the quality of your water, ensuring it is safe, clean and free of impurities. With a focus on customer satisfaction and efficient maintenance of well water systems, Moody's Water Conditioning LLC is your go-to partner for all of your water conditioning needs. Do you have water issues? Remember, don't get mad, get Moody's. So race on over to Moody's Water Conditioning and they will take care of you. Coming out onto the racetrack, the 16-year-old Missy Daniels. Was talking with her earlier today in the pits, and her mom said, hey, if we just make her mad, she'll go fast. So I'm not sure how they'll make her mad, but that apparently gets that driver going even quicker as she rolls that blue race car now on the inside there in turns 3 and 4. She pilots car number 70 to her right elbow. That is car number 45, Gage Henry. H. Henry out on the racetrack, and here comes Justin Bond in car number 8, a multi-time winner here in 2024 in the Parts Barn race entry from Portsmouth, Virginia. Justin Bond, the driver to beat here tonight. He is fast, and we'll see what he has in store here this evening. That Dale Earnhardt Jr. throwback scheme as he works that car down the back straightaway. Of course, he was at the Hampton Heat back on July 20th when Dale Earnhardt Jr. competed in Hampton, Virginia, and finished P5 in his very first trip to Langley Speedway. So this car pays homage to Dale Earnhardt Jr. in his heyday when he raced in the NASCAR Cup Series. So car number 8, very fast, the quickest of the 3 cars, 23.698 seconds for car number 8. Missy Daniels just clocked in second quick at a 25.642 seconds. And Gage Henry P3, there's contact between those 2 cars in turns 1 and 2. The 70 slowed. Gage Henry tried to get on the brakes, but those 2 cars did collide. They had a little bump in the middle of turns 1 and 2. They're both able to continue. If there's any damage, it appears as though it is minimal, as those 2 cars do continue on here on the front stretch, and indeed, very little to no damage to those race cars. So it's Justin Bond. He is so quick right now, 23.443 seconds. That's the lap they are chasing here this evening as Justin works his car now off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. Going to be seeing the checkered flag coming out here in a few moments, or at least the white flag, I should say, will be coming out. One more trip around this 3/8 of a mile oval. As, of course, Justin Bond leads the championship standings by 6 markers over Colleen Stevens. Justin, 3 victories here in 2024, so it has been a fantastic season for that competitor. Checkers are waving as we wrap up fast practice here and qualifying for the Moody's Water Conditioning Sport Compacts, and indeed, it's Justin Bond, the quickest. Gage Henry, he just turned his fastest lap. He'll be P2 provisionally, or outside of row number 1, 25.309 seconds for the 45 race car, and Missy Daniels right now is 3rd. And there's the contact on the Big Sports TV replay as Wesley Outland and I look at it, the bump between the 70 and 45 there. That was the excitement in our fast practice and group qualifying session for that division. 3 cars to go, including Elizabeth City, North Carolina's Colleen Stevens. In car number 52, she's on the racetrack. Of course, her husband Colton competes as well. So the husband-wife duo racing here at Dixieland Speedway. Also coming to the green flag is the 05 race car. That's Stephen Flynn. He won the championship for the Enduro Series last season in Hampton, Virginia. He's been racing pretty much out here in 2024. And also on the racetrack, John Gardner in car number 19. Colleen Stevens will go to the front row outside of the first row, 24.119 seconds for car number 52. That was a very fast lap for her. Watching to see what Stephen Flynn can do. He'll go to the 4th spot, and we're waiting for the 19 to take a lap. That's John Gardner. He is currently 6th quick. Colleen Stevens, second quick here. She'll start outside of row number 1 unless Stephen Flynn can go faster as he comes to the checkered flag in car number 05. He's currently third, and Stephen Flynn will stay inside of row number 2 as Justin Bond has done it. He will pick up the pole award here this evening as we watch the 19 of John Gardner come across the line to take the checkered flag. So it's Justin Bond picking up the pole. He'll lead the field to the green flag for the Moody's Water Conditioning Sport Compact's 15-lap feature. It'll be race number 3. So it's Justin Bond, Colleen Stevens on row 1. Stephen Flynn of the 05 race car from Chesapeake. He'll start P3. Rolling off fourth tonight will be Gage Henry in car 45. Starting inside row 3 will be Missy Daniels, the 16-year-old, in car number 70. And starting shotgun on the field will be car number 19, John Gardner. That is your starting lineup for the Sport Compacts presented by Moody's Water Conditioning. Coming up next, we've got the qualifying for the Modified Mafias, followed by the Down Home Shed Sportsman and our Perry Auto Group limited late models. That's all on deck here at Dixieland Speedway on this Museum of the Albemarle night at the racetrack.
I love my race pass.
I love my race pass.
I love my race pass.
Okay, go ahead. I love my race pass.
I love my race pass.
I love my race pass. Go ahead.
Everyone I know uses my race pass.
2, 3.
Deer Park is celebrating its 150th anniversary. Let's take a look back.
Deer Park, that's good water.
You can taste how pure Deer Park is.
Deer Park, that's good water.
Filtered naturally beneath the earth for a crisp, refreshing taste.
Deer Park.
Deer Park.
Deer Park. Deer Park.
That's still good water.
After 150 years, there's only one thing left to say. Deer Park, that's still good water.
How do we all get in here?
Oh man, there's nothing I love more than a good trail mix. But a mountain bike trail, not so much. Oh hey, my pedal. I don't know where the other one is.
From urgent care to your full recovery, Ortho Carolina is there every step of the way.
Good day though. Good day.
Time for a beer run? Make sure you download the My Race Pass app on Google Play and the App Store and subscribe to MRP Live to watch live timing and scoring no matter where you are.
Max has been practicing to be a professional soccer player his whole life.
I think I broke my knee. I think I broke my collarbone.
I can do better. Let me take that from the top.
From your first real urgent care visit to full recovery, Ortho Carolina is there every step of the way.
I think I broke my ALC.
It's ACL. He's getting really good.
listening on CRN. Welcome to coverage of the Dirt Car Racing Modified Mafia Tour. Elizabeth City, are you ready for the final time of the Modifieds this year? How about it? Boy, wow. Got perfect weather. Ain't got to worry about no issues with rain. Got a great car count. Are y'all ready for a great night of racing? Come on. There you go. That's more like it. Man, I like to keep the crowd pumped up. Brian White's also big at doing that. As we got drivers getting ready to go for qualified Modified Mafia Tour presented by VP Racing Fuels here tonight. Part of our doubleheader will be at the Virginia Motor Speedway in Jamaica, Virginia tomorrow night. Obviously, HC and Marcy Pritchard, all of the great staff here. They do such a great job, great bunch of people. And we are excited to also have you being in the grandstands, in trackside, in the pits, listening on CRN, watching on bigsports.tv, however you are taking in tonight's events of activity. All right, Modified Mafia Tour, getting ready to cross over. As I always say, the ants climbing over the hill. They're getting ready to come into the infield hot pit area. They'll get into their qualifying position, and we'll get ready for qualifying for the Dirt Car Racing Modified Mafia Tour presented by VP Racing Fuels. This is Pop Bit Qualifying. 22 drivers signed in tonight for the events here for the Modified Mafia Tour presented by VP Racing Fuels at Dixieland Speedway. We have already completed the, of course, Stokes Apparel Hot Laps. We now move into Pop Bit Qualifying. Once that concludes, we will lock in six drivers. Those 6 drivers will go to the Atwell Exterior Services, climb to the pole. Everyone else will move into heat races. Heat races presented by Prime Electrical Solution and Gen 3 Performance Imaging. Other sponsors include Dynamic Drivelines, $250 certificate for the Rookie of the Race and current Rookie of the Year points leader is Brent Bordeaux. Down East Metal Fab Fast Time, Fast Qualifier will pocket $100. Obviously, they climb to the pole. It's a totally different format. Then we have the Modified Mafia Longest Tow. $100 has already been going to the driver's pocket of the Dan's Auto Body car number 95 out of Saxton, Pennsylvania. That is, of course, Mr. Michael Altabelli. And the reason why, let me explain. I know I mentioned him out of Sun River, Montana. However, he actually resides in Race City, USA now with the Longhorn race car family. And because of that, Michael Leach did not qualify. The Sun River, Montana driver had made the trip from, of course, the Mooresville, Statesville, North Carolina area, not Sun River, Montana, but that is his original hometown where he loves to be mentioned from. All right, MD3 Hard Charger, $100 going to that driver of the race, and SRI Performance Hard Luck Award, $100 will be distributed for that as well here tonight. So the drivers of the Dirt Car Racing Modified Mafia Tour presented by VP Racing Fuels getting ready to get into position, and they'll get ready to roll onto the racetrack. This is again qualifying. Hopefully you're enjoying a free preview on bigsports.tv. Remember, Jay Bell's going to hit that button when qualifying and hot laps and all that concludes. Leading up to the features, you can only be able to see the action as a subscriber and of course order at bigsports.tv. Boy, they're getting ready for a fun year. Obviously, racing rolling on, football's around the corner, basketball on deck in the winter months, and obviously bigsports.tv. Boxing, they do boxing as well. Bigsports.tv will have coverage of all of that. Check it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, drivers getting ready to hit on the racetrack. Ready. Currently, Ray Cable, the points leader for the North and the Southern point standings. The Iceman resides out of Sykesville, Maryland. Ray Cable. The Iceman, Ray Cable, in the car number 90. He got the points lead right now over tied order. Then, of course, it is Austin Holcomb third in the points. Brent Bordeaux fourth. Well, actually, My apologies. I was looking at the points wrong. Ryan Ayers is actually the points leader for the South Tour. North points leader is Ray Cable, but Ryan Ayers out of Newton, North Carolina is your current points leader. He's got 291. And of course, in the South, the Northern Points was the most recent race, and Ray Cable is leading the Northern Points at 325. Tomorrow night's race, and I believe actually tonight's race as well, the decision was made that it was going to be a conjoined North and South, event, meaning that the North and the South points will be up for grabs for both drivers in the Dirt Car Racing Modified Mafia Tour. But again, right now, flying Ryan Ayers, driver of the car number 6 entry out of Newton, North Carolina, formerly out of Concord. He is the points leader of the number 6. Watch him. Also, Ray Cable right there on the hunt. 22 drivers ready to roll in. And J. Bell and Company, I don't know if there's a way you can zoom right down behind the first modified, but there's the 99. And there is Chris Arnold. And he is returning back to racing after almost 6, 7, 8. No, that's Cole Hilton. It's the other 99, the one behind the first of Brett Hamilton. You'll see him here in a minute rolling. And we're actually getting ready to go to qualifying. We'll save all that for when he's on racetrack. But it's great to see the Matoka Flash Chris Arnold back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for qualifying. Presented by the fine folks at Pop Big Qualifying on the racetrack. First car number 8, the car number 8 lethal chassis entry. There's the driver that resides, of course, out of Elm City, North Carolina, also Austin Holcomb. Austin Holcomb, the lethal chassis with a back-built race engine of the car number 8 behind him. In the car number 84, that's the General, and of course, flying the tool man, Ryan Tool, the Shaw Race Cars by RTR, entry number 84. Behind that driver, the car number 23 in the Statesville, Brian, we know him formerly in the NASCAR Xfinity and the Truck Series. Austin Wayne Self is on the racetrack right now from Statesville, North Carolina.
And he is fast at the moment. P2, just 3 drivers have taken to the racetrack here. And right now it's Austin Holcomb. He's the fastest right now in the 8A.
Lethal chassis there a moment ago, and of course, Austin Wayne Self in car number 23 out of Statesville. Elite chassis with a Mullins race engine, AM Racing, JRS Racing entry. Number 23, there's your first 3. Here comes the next group, ready to roll onto the racetrack. Car number 51, ladies and gentlemen, of Powelton, Virginia. It's the Beakish built chassis with a McClendon race engine, Victory Automotive, Mike's Machine, Jamie Wood Real Estate entry. Car number 51, that's Joey Polvoy. Behind him in the car number 99, it is the Cole Bandit 99. That's Cole Hilton. He resides, of course, out of Concord, North Carolina. Elite chassis with a Mullins race engine. Heinz Brothers Performance, Mark Bush Racing, Monaco Chandler's Garage, Racewise Dirt Track Chassis, School Pure Max Racing Oils, Velocity USA, Bell Helmets number 99. And behind him also, car number 11. Yeah, don't count him out. That's Robert Kramer. Robert Kramer, the car number 11, of course, ready to go. Always great seeing Robert Kramer out of La Plata, Maryland. I always say La Plata, Maryland. Robert Kramer in, of course, the Moreland Racing entry. There you go, Brian.
Absolutely. Right now it's Austin Holcomb, Cole Hilton, Austin Wayne Self, and Ryan Tool, the top 4 here as we continue on. The yellow light has come on here on the Speedway, so we're sure the officials checking things over. We got a next set of groups.
But yeah, flight 2, 3 cars, they exit. Once they do, they send the next 3 out. So it's working out quite well. I'll introduce them. You throw out the times out there right now, my friend. Awesome Austin Holcomb right now at the top of the board. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the car number 6. He is the current points leader for the Southern Championship of the Dirt Car Racing Modified Mafia Tour. He resides, of course, now at Newton, North Carolina. That's flying Ryan Ayers of the car number 6. See what he can do here tonight as these drivers roll around the Speedway here. Ryan Ayers in a lethal chassis. Gibbons Performance race engine behind him. Stephen Padula from Kannapolis, North Carolina, former 602 modified racer in the Carolinas out of Kannapolis. In that car number 31, and behind him, of course, the 00 out of Sun River, Montana. Actually out of course, the stables of Statesville, North Carolina. That is Mr. Michael Leach. Michael Leach in the Longhorn House car.
He is second quick here at the moment, 18.562 seconds. Ryan Ayers in the 6 car, P5 at an 18.761. As we see the checkered flag coming out for these 3 cars. Stephen Padula, 7th fastest at a 19.282, but everybody's chasing Austin Holcomb's time of an 18.150 second lap, and that is a blistering fast lap. He's 0.4 of a second quicker than the 00 of Michael Leach.
3/8 of a mile the distance here at this racetrack here at the Dixieland Speedway. By the way, our weather conditions presented by the Weather Channel. Right now, clear skies in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. And for those that are tuned in or listening or watching, it is right now clear skies as nightfall sets in. And 74 degrees. Going to get down to a low of 66 tonight. That's going to make them engines purr, my friend. Up next, out of Powelton, Virginia, the car number first entry, there is Brett the Jet Hamilton in the car 1. Behind him, in the car number 2T, that is, of course, the preliminary winner at the Mega 100. That is the, of course, Typhoon Tide Order from Mooresville, North Carolina. Typhoon Tide Order, the Longhorn with the Mullins race engine, and behind him in the car number 95, it's the Iron Man. In the Dan's Auto Body entry, car number 95, that is Michael Altabelli. In car 95, Sexton, Pennsylvania, lethal chassis with the Mullins race engine. For that driver there, Dan's Auto Body, Hardy, Mike Altabelli Sr., Donnie Miller Motorsports, Rick Still Surveying, Gunners Hunting, and J.C. Hall Concrete, Willys Carburetors, and Dino Shop, Hoosier Racing Tire, car number 95, and of course that is the Iron Man of Michael Altabelli, ladies and gentlemen. Brian's got times.
That's right, Ty Norder, 3rd quick at an 18.676 seconds. He got that on his 2nd lap. As we're reading the times, we do need our next 2 divisions to get ready, and we do need our Down Home Shed Sportsman Pit Road front stretch. Down Home Shed Sportsman Pit Road front stretch for qualifying. But again, Ty Norder has broken into the top 3, and that'll drop kick Cole Hilton, the 99, back to P4.
Here comes that driver I was telling you about. For those watching on Big Sports on the left of your monitor in that double box, Chris Arnold back after fighting cancer, battling cancer, kicking cancers, you know what. Good to see him back in the race car in Matoka, Virginia. The reigning, defending North-South champion of last year on the national level of the Modified Mafia Tour. Right around August, September, a year ago, diagnosed he had cancer. He finished out the season and he won the championship. Went through extensive chemo and therapy. Good to see the 99 back out there of Chris Arnold, the Matoka Flash. Behind him, Slade Parsons in the car 96 in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And the driver coming to the line, it's the Commonwealth Bandit, Russell Irwin in the car 22.
Slade Parsons, 5th fastest. That'll knock Austin Wayne Self back to 6th. Slade Parsons clocked in at 18.714 seconds for the 96 entry. Russell Irwin, P13 for the 22 race car at a 19.368 seconds. But again, Austin Holcomb is the fastest.
Here comes the next group ready to roll on the racetrack. For those watching on BigSports.tv, it is Brent Bordeaux. Brent Bordeaux, he is the current Dynamic Driveline Rookie of the Year driver. Here comes the current Northern Points leader in the car number 90. He's won here at Dixieland in the past. He won here back in August of last year. The Iceman, that of course is Ray Cable from Sykesville, Maryland. Behind him, Samuel Lamborghini in the car number 814. And then, of course, you've got Brent Bordeaux from Virginia as well. The current Fredericksburg, Virginia driver, the Longhorn Mullins race engine. Again, as we mentioned, Samuel Lamborghini out of Hayes, Virginia, throwing dirt chassis in his car. And then, of course, the driver of the number 90, that's Ray Cable out of Sykesville, Maryland. Elite chassis with the Mullins race engine, and Brent Bordeaux's in trouble. He's into the dirt clod over there in turn number 1 and 2, Brian, and that's not good for the 40.
Nope, not good. Not what he wanted to see. That car has come to a rest on top of the berm there going into turn number 1. He has since been able to get the car refired and rolling. Brent Bordeaux is moving in car number 40, but nevertheless, that's not what he wanted to see here in qualifying.
Yeah, problems there for the driver of the number 40 Longhorn chassis with a Mullins race engine, sponsored by Reed's Detailing and Dean's Mechanical Services on that number 40. Here's a replay on Big Sports. I think they were getting ready to show us a replay Remember, this is a free preview. I think they're going to show the qualifying, the practice, and then once we conclude with that, you got to be a subscriber or rent it, and hard into the outside wall in a shower of sparks from the rear end on the impact on the replay for the Fredericksburg, Virginia driver there of current dynamic driveline leader, Brent Bordeaux. What a hit.
Brent Bordeaux slammed the outside retaining wall in turn number 1. That's why the car came to a rest and put us under the caution flag. Heavy impact with that outside wall.
I hope Brent can be able to continue along. They're going to let these drivers get at least another lap. By the way, James Batten up in the flag stand. James Batten, the gentleman farmer, as I call him. Longtime racer, flagman at County Line Raceway, and here at Dixieland tonight. Coming to the line, it's the Iceman Ray Cable. It is the throwing dirt entry of Samuel Lamborghini, finishing up with their laps.
Ray Cable breaks into the top 10, 10th quickest for car number 90, 19.029 seconds for that driver, Sam Lamborghini. Right now, 18th quick at a 24.42. Brent Bordeaux, by the way, at Cars in the Pits, he was 16th quick on his opening lap at a 19.616. But again, it's still Austin Holcomb and Michael Leach on the first row.
Making his debut with the Dirt Car Racing Modified Mafia Tour, the car number 16 out of Mount Holly, North Carolina. This is Daniel Allen. Daniel Allen on the first left screen. On the right screen, Bradley Majors in the car number 01. Remember, he had problems during practice, then during Stokes Apparel hot laps, and he had to come back and get some laps to check the car out. Happy with everything right now for Bradley Majors in car number 01. Drivers finishing up, qualifying, ready to come to an end here. White flags in the air. They're coming to the checker next time. Bye, Brian.
They indeed are. Daniel Allen in car number 16. He is 20th fastest, 20.573 seconds. So he's certainly looking for some more speed as they do see the checkered flag coming out for Daniel Allen. And car number 01, Bradley Majors. Bradley, 16th quick at a 19.448. And we're watching the Daniel Allen car. He did go quicker, but he'll stay in position number 20 at a 24.61.
So we're awaiting 2 more cars. We're wondering if Sam Lilly out of Raleigh, North Carolina, and Matt Ashworth in the number 10 are going to be able to roll and come onto the racetrack to be our final pair for the Pop-Bit qualifying session for the Dirt Car Racing Modified Mafia Tour. And I think they are a scratch. So 20 of 22 cars have took time. Those that are watching Big Sports, here's a look one more time. The Dynamic Drivelines Rookie of the Year point leader into the inside guardrail hard in sparks. Brent Bordeaux in 40. Hopefully he can get back on track here, Brian.
That was a hit. If you did not see it, that car impacted that wall very hard going down at the end of the front stretch into turn number 1. And Wesley, that's the fastest portion of the racetrack. You're carrying so much speed as you slam that car in turns 1 and 2.
And obviously, when it's all said and done, awesome Austin Holcomb out of Elm City, North Carolina. Fastest lap for that lethal chassis car, number 8A entry. 18.150 seconds. He was flying around Dixieland, no doubt. Michael Leach from Sun River, Montana, the Longhorn House car. He'll finish, he'll qualify second. Tied order, the Typhoon third, the Cole Bandit, Cole Hilton fourth, Slade Parsons fifth, and Austin Wayne Self. Right now, those are important, Brian White, because those are your 6 drivers that will be in the Atwell Exterior Services climb to the pole for money. Everyone else from 7th on back to position 22 will run their 2 heat races.
Going to be fun to watch. Ryan Ayers, Michael Altobelli, that is, and Chris Arnold with Ray Cable, your top 10, and posting speed here. But again, the top 6, that's what mattered to get that climb to the pole, and we'll see if Austin Holcomb can make it happen. Sportsman, you're needed. You're getting ready to come here on the front stretch and qualify. On deck is our limited late models presented by Perry Auto Group. If you're just joining us, we are wrapping up qualifying this evening as we get set for feature racing. Before feature races, we've got heat races for the Modified Mafia and the Modified Mafia Dash for those top 6 qualifiers.
And we've already given away $200 already. $100 went to the longest tow award for the driver, of course, out of Saxton, Pennsylvania, Michael Altobelli from the front line.